Hello, I'm Bert Desi, author of Voices of the Saints. I want to tell you today about Aelred of Rievaulx, a 12th century abbot that I've become very fond of. Aelred was the head of a community of 500 brothers and 150 monks, and he says he knew every one of them and loved every one of them, and they knew him and loved him, and it was true. He was a very kind and loving abbot who fostered holiness and spirituality and goodness and friendship and relationships among all the monks. He was a friend of Aelred of Rievaulx, who urged him to write, and he wrote a book on friendship, which I quote in Voices of the Saints, and I'd like to read you a part of that letter because it's still relevant for us today. It's a letter on friendship that means something to all of us. It's no small consolation in this life to have someone who can unite with you in an intimate affection and the embrace of a holy love, someone in whom your spirit can rest, to whom you can pour out your soul, to whose pleasant exchanges as to soothing songs you can fly in sorrow, a person who can shed tears with you in your worries, be happy with you when things go well, search out with you the answers to your problems, whom with the ties of charity you can lead into the depths of your heart. And so praying to Christ for your friend, and longing to be heard by Christ for your friend's sake, you reach out with devotion and desire to Christ himself, and suddenly and insensibly, as though touched by the gentleness of Christ close at hand, you begin to taste how sweet he is, and to feel how lovely he is. Thus, from that holy love with which you embrace your friend, you rise to that love by which you embrace Christ. Good, isn't it? It's true, too. It's the kind of relationship we want to have. Aelred suffered from kidney stones all his life, and in the last 4 years he was confined to bed. But 20 or 30 young men hung around him every day to hear him teach them. My sons, John, Paul, Stephen, and Peter, are really glad that I didn't discover Aelred until after they were named, because for sure one of them would have had his name. And may you be like Aelred of Rievaulx, a man or a woman who gathers friends around them, who shares life with them, so that those friendships can bring you to Jesus. I'm Bert Desi, author of Voices of the Saints.